Okay, guys, we're back again with another Cookies and Cream podcast. I'm Jason Taff, and I'm here with
Mr. Fresh.
Okay, so last episode were a lot of emotions flowing because obviously I was talking about my home country, Nigeria, and everything it's going through. So this episode, I want to keep it more light. We're not going to really delve into that anymore. I'll just touch on a few things to bring you guys up to date with that. But I want to talk about how my day went today. Today I got not an interview. Basically, they hired me a new job in a retail store. I'm going to keep the retail store's name out of this. So basically, I went there at 1 o'clock. I thought it was going to be easy. You just drop some things off and, drop some papers off, sign some stuff. Bro, they made me stay there for like 3 hours. I had to do a class on the products that were being sold. I submitted I signed the same thing like 7 times.
That's a good company, man. They're saving their ass. That's what they're doing for future.
What? I felt like I had the right to sue them, because it felt wrong. It felt like I was like they were trapping me there, bro. Like at a point in time, I was thinking is this even do I really need this job? I need the job.
You know what?
It made me think, do I really need this job?
That's good that they're testing you from the beginning to see your worth. They want to see if you're actually going to be doing all the work and how hard are you willing to be patient to get this job. So, yeah, that's a test.
Bro, whatever they were testing, man, it didn't feel right. I wish the guy had told me that, so I prepped my mind, because I already made plans and things I wanted to do in the next 2 hours. So when he kept me there for 1 hour, I was like, okay, this is a bit longer than I expected. Them 2 hours, I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Then 3 hours, I'm like, Jesus Christ. as soon as I got out of there, bro, I went to A&W, grabbed some burgers because I hadn't eaten all day. Mm-hmm. Then I came straight to the office, straight here.
Yeah.
But that's just how it goes. Yeah, but SARS. I was trying not to speak on this, but I just want to give you guys just a quick update. Then we'll leave the topic for good. We'll let sleeping dogs lie, and we'll let higher powers help us in my country and take care of us. But our politicians are like comedians. Would you agree?
Comedians, no, but they have to say what you want to hear for them to get their votes.
That's true, but some of them are ridiculous. Like the governor of the state that shooting happened in my country. You know what he does? Where the shooting happens, he didn't investigate it for 4 days. So after 4 days had passed, he goes to the scene of the crime. Then he says he goes on the internet and tells people that he's going to the scene of the crime today to look for evidence.
Yeah.
And then there's a camera just on the floor as soon as he arrives there. Camera on the main road on the floor. And this camera is almost brand new. And then he takes a handkerchief and he picks it up like a detective. And what is he trying to prove? It's obvious you're the one who placed it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you bro, is this it makes me think is this a game to this guy? Now posters are going up. The name of the governor is Fashola. And now posters are coming up where he's holding a gun and it's saying 007 Fashola.
That's funny though.
That's really funny because the guy's a really old dude. So it's funny. They put his head on James Bond's body and I'm like, wow, that's ridiculous. I feel like he definitely deserves.
What was he trying to get out of that though? He's trying to say that he solved some kind of crime, or he's going to be a good citizen and give the camera back?
I don't know what he's trying to say. He's trying to act like he's helping, but that's not helping anybody.
He's helping himself for the future.
Yeah, that's not helping anybody. And well, he's better than the others because at least he's trying to give the illusion that he's helping, the president and the other governors of the states aren't really doing anything. They don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
Because thing is, if you're rich, those kind of issues, they won't reach you in Nigeria. You're not affected. Like where the electricity is getting cut off, your electricity is not getting cut off because you're rich. Where your security guards will protect you from the violence. Like so, basically, they have no reason to care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, that's just crazy. Well, enough about that. Now I was thinking about something, because I went on the internet and I saw a video, and this guy was a Marine, and he was talking on the video like how, I can't remember the video right now. I would love to tell you guys the name of it, but basically it was a Marine, and he was talking on the video like how serving his country is the best decision he's ever made for himself. And I'm looking at this guy like, no country can ever make me put my life on the line for them. Like I love my home country, Nigeria, and I love Canada, but I'm not dying for for land or for honor. Like I'm thinking like, wow, this guy is like a real man. You know what I mean? Like I'm a real man too, but like but like I'm thinking like, wow, like where does there's courage and like there's courage, you know what I mean? Like where does somebody, I always wonder the thought process of people who join the army. Like what have you gone through that maybe you get there? Like, you know what I mean? Like what do you feel about army guys?
Sometimes it's, people in your family that's been there, and the more they talk about it and the movies you're seeing, it's all an advertisement. Then you're like built up, this thing that you have to protect your country and be a man, like you said, unintentionally, but they feel like it's something they have to do, or sometimes they have no other choice. There's no other path that they can go down, and they feel like the army is the only way. So some guys, they choose that path.
There are 1,000 other paths, guys. I mean,
they don't expect to go to war though when you go to the army. It's just kind of like a job. No, they don't.
What?
Most people, they never shoot a gun. They never engage in battle. They just practice all the time in case something happens, and then they'll pick a few to do certain military assaults. But for the most part, you don't really do nothing.
Bro, you watch all these war movies and you
think like... Movies.
Yeah, I know, like you watch all these movies and you think like these guys are going to some forest in
you never heard of these guys that they go all the way to war, they go to Iraq or Afghanistan, they come back and they're like, yo, I didn't fire my weapon once. So some of them, they shoot at people just so they can fire their weapon, because they practice how many rounds a day and thousands of rounds, and they never shoot their weapon, bro. So it's like, did I do all this training for nothing? Real talk.
That's crazy. One of my friends is in America right now. He's in the army, and I'm like, why do you join? He basically, what he told me, and now this is not like to diss army people or whatever. What he told me explicitly was that when you don't pass college and like other things aren't working out, you basically go to the army. Like I'm looking like, what? Like,
yeah.
He basically put it like those guys couldn't like pass business classes and other classes, so like the army was all that was left for them. It's the only job you can get that you get good benefits, and you still don't you don't have to be that much of an academic. That's how he made it seem.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's crazy. That's completely crazy.
The funny thing is, there's a guy that I follow. His name is Bat David. He's one of my. I go to him for a lot of content. Exactly right there, and he left Iran because after age of 12, you have to join the army.
What?
You don't join at age 12, but past age 12, you can't leave until you join the army. So
that's ridiculous.
Him and his family left the country to come to the United States. They went to Germany first, and then they came to the United States to avoid going to the army. And what happens? He ends up joining the U.S. Army.
That's ridiculous.
So he serves his time, and now he's just doing his thing.
You know what? I think U.S. Army beats Iran Army. Like, when I think about it, I feel like being in the army in Iran, you will fight and you will fire. You will go to battle. Like,
they definitely don't treat you the same. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. Yeah, but That's that video. When I came across that video, I was just like, that's crazy. Okay, so now, what do you think? You know what? I don't really get, like, I'm not the kind of person to cry over things, or like movies don't really get me emotional and stuff like that. But you know, I the past few days I've been watching a lot of films that have to do with wrongful incarceration.
Yeah.
That shit, like that stuff cuts deep. You might not be the one, but that's something I feel like no matter who you are, where you are, what color you are, whatever you are, bro, watching somebody getting wrongfully imprisoned, that shit jerks like that shit pulls like some serious heartstrings.
Yeah, that's not
Like
right.
I was watching this one, White Boy Rick. So it's basically a dude that joined this gang in Detroit or something. White guy. And this guy got 30 years for a non-violent crime. And he wasn't even all that. He wasn't the biggest participant. Him and the conspirators or the conspirees, I don't know. He wasn't the biggest participant of that. And this guy got 30 years in prison. Like, how do you not, like, I feel he's a strong dude that he didn't hang himself. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of crazy stories about that, man. And they make you take a plea bargain because they think if you don't, then you'll get more time. So they'll be like, oh, 30 years is good comparing to not getting out at all. And you're like, okay, I'll take it. Yeah, the states is messed up. How the judge, the lawyer system, the whole court system is messed up. And if you don't have money, they'll give you a court appointed lawyer. And those guys, they don't care. They're going by the numbers, man. It's a volume game, you know.
Yeah.
And even the judge is like, next. So you don't really stand a chance unless you got a little bit of money, bro.
That is ridiculous. Because I even see some of those things. Like, I think about the idea of a jury, and I think a jury is ridiculous. Why would you leave my fate up to the hands of 12 people?
Random
people. And they said that it's there to make it more fair, but no, it just makes it unpredictable. It doesn't make it more fair. It makes it more unpredictable. If it's one person, at least you can see that person's record. You know, like if it's one person, you can look through the judges. Like if you have access to it, maybe you can see, okay, the judge had handled a similar case like this back then, like this, handled this case like this. You can tell, you know, like if it's one person, it's more predictable. You know what I mean? Like
sometimes the judges aren't fair. That's why they do that.
Wow, man. I don't know. I feel like the jury system is even more unfair.
But everybody has to be on the same page. They got to vote the same if they want to get a...
Oh, yeah. That's
the thing.
But yeah, but I don't know. I feel like, okay, let's say there are 12 people, right? If 5 people say no and 7 say yes, problems.
Well, yeah, they got to convince them why or why not.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't get out of the room until they do.
So unpredictable. Even what if the people that want the person convicted are saying yes, and they're not letting up? It might get to a point where the 5 people that are saying no are like, shit, like, I want to get out of here, man.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's
sure that happens.
And then you're like, shit, man, I gotta get dinner at 6 o'clock, man. And
I was expecting to be here for an hour.
yeah, exactly. Like, and the next thing you know, man, because somebody wants to get barbecue at 6 o'clock, you're sitting in jail for...
Nah, bro, you in there for weeks, man. You know, they put you up in the hotel. You can't watch the news. You can't do nothing. You got to leave work. Like, a lot of jobs, like in their job, it'll say, okay, yeah, you're able to, I forgot what it's called, jury duty or something like that. You know, you could take 2 weeks off or whatever because it's by the state. Usually the state. I don't know anybody in Canada ever does that. I don't know if it does. We do that. But no one's ever called me, yo, Chris, you need to be on the stand, bro. Like, this thing is happening, you know. But, yeah, you got to take time off of work. You lose pay. Like, it's all kinds of nonsense.
Whoa.
And I don't think they pay you for that thing either.
I don't think so. Maybe,
It's your duty.
Oh, yeah. The words they use there, it seemed like it'd be hella voluntary. Hella voluntary. That's crazy. I don't... Would you... If you were to... Let's say you, like... just hypothetically, let's say you do something and commit a crime and it's wrong, and you're asked to pick between getting judged by 12 people or one person, which one would you go for?
That's a good question, man. I might go with the 12, to be honest.
You might.
I might. It depends on what I did intention,
Oh, yeah, true. Man, that's wrongful incarceration should never happen. I even saw one about a football player. I forgot his name. NFL player. It was a prodigy at 16, but at 16 he was supposed to link a girl in the school, and then he linked her and she was eager to sleep with him, but he felt like the vibe was off. So he said nah, he didn't want to do it. So the girl goes and tells her friends he forced himself on her, and then this guy loses his scholarship, goes to prison for 5 years. I forget his name too. So he's 21, right? Other people have made it as football stars at 17. They're already playing football. So he had to work, retrain. 28, he gets into the league.
You actually got in?
Yeah, he got
Good
into
for
the
him.
league, 28. That's crazy. I wish I could remember his
You're
name.
just 28. Your career is almost done as a football player.
Yeah. So, but you know what? I feel like that's because at 28, by then the other people that their football career is done, they probably have a sense of accomplishment, So they're like, we can throw in the towel now. But him is 28, he's still hungry, If he keeps that, if he eats the right stuff, keeps that body good, like fam, he can do it till he's goddamn like.
Well, yeah, he took a pause too if he's in jail too and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So that's another job. To me, the NFL is it's like joining the army with higher pay. Because those guys are coming for your head, bro. Those guys just hitting, bro. It's like getting slammed with like a meat sledgehammer. Like
I think they got like a 3-year average professional career as a football player. Because you get heavy concussions, man.
I'm like that in boxing. I'm like, wow. Like you're basically getting paid to take hits. And bro, you see Mayweather trying to read sometimes, and you're like, man, these punches have gone to this guy, man. Like bro, Mayweather is probably the funniest athlete on earth. Him and 50 Cent had an argument, and 50 Cent said he's gonna donate $750,000 to a charity if Mayweather reads one page of a Harry Potter book without stuttering. Like that's disrespectful. And you know why it's disrespectful? Because it's somewhat true.
Yo,
Mayweather
50's a savage.
Mayweather he legit finds it hard to read.
You serious?
Bro, there was a time he was giving a speech. It was hard to watch. It was hard to watch. It makes you, because sometimes when people say people are a bit illiterate, like there's still a lot of illiterate people even in super developed countries. You think like, no, like everybody, this reading is something that you think everybody can do it, normally, you know what I mean? But trust me, there's some man out there. I recently found out myself, like from my country, I'm probably one of the better English speakers. Like I speak very good English, even though sometimes I might have a tin of an accent, you know what I mean? But I speak very good English. I know like a huge plethora of words. See the word plethora? Like stuff like
check your notes for that one.
But like when I talk to some other people from my country, I realize that wow, like my English is good, because I see some people typing like I met this girl, and super talented girl, super hard worker. She has a nice car. She lives in Alberta. I'm not gonna mention her name. She recently started a business selling like cosmetics and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh shit, let me check out her website, bro. I check out her website. Huge spelling errors everywhere, bro. The website is so well done, bro. Her English is like so bad.
Grammar, huh?
I'm like, wow, like and it's not even like, oh man, I don't know how I'm gonna say it. I don't want to give a sentence of like, she misses out like conjunction words, and like she spells words like, okay, she spells wow with an A, WAW.
Was that
That's
for real?
all I'm gonna say. For real, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Yeah. But like, I'm just saying, like, it's crazy, and this is somebody that's, I have reason to believe, has like graduated university and college and all that. Like,
she probably excels in other areas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she probably excels in other areas, but that English problem, like, it's a problem that you think only, like, she's from my home country. Like, my country is not that well developed. Like, we're colonized by the British, but our English is not that good on a general scale. So, from her side, it's understandable. But like, when you think of someone that's worth like 500 million, like Mayweather, not being able to like,
but that's probably because he got hit in the head way too much, though. That's not the same.
Bro, it's crazy.
And if you don't read enough, sometimes your literacy goes down. Your vocabulary goes down.
I agree. Oh yeah, I totally agree. There was a time in school where I wasn't studying, and when you start studying and try to answer any kind of questions again, you're like, wow, like why is the answer taking so long to come into my head? It's ridiculous. On the topic of Mayweather, I have no respect for Mayweather anymore. Do you see what happened with his daughter?
No.
So his daughter is dating a rapper, NBA Youngboy, and the daughter and NBA Youngboy had a fight, and he basically was hurling insults at Mayweather's daughter, and he said he doesn't give a damn about her ain't shit daddy, like, in his own words. I'm like,
for real, he said that?
Yeah, he said that. You know what's crazy? The daughter still like likes the guy a lot. Like, it didn't. If I'm dating somebody and the person talks about my parents, like, it's over.
She's not living under that roof anymore, though.
Like, yeah, she's not living. Like, he kicked her. Apparently, they're fighting and he kicked her out.
So how do you lose respect for Mayweather? What did he do wrong?
Man, I just feel like, how can you?
His daughter should have took his side.
Yeah, like, it means that there are things going on in that household that.
Yeah, but
that's making her behave. It
could be the smallest.
Like
these millenniums, man. It could be the smallest thing and just set her off, and now she doesn't. She feels like he owes her something else because he's always on the road or doesn't spend enough time, or there's always something emotionally that triggers that behavior, and who knows what it is for her.
Yeah, I mean, it just seemed pretty.
You got to dig deeper though, not that whole topic.
Yeah, we do, because like, this is a man that, like, I don't respect Mayweather in the sense that I feel like he's a bit too cocky, and when money comes into the thing, you can be cocky. Like, I'm not hating on him because of that. I'm just saying these are one of the attribute traits that he has that I'm already like, you understand? Like, yeah. But I respect anybody that's skilled in whatever they do. He's one of the most highly skilled boxers. Nobody can take that away from him.
Never lost a fight.
In his weight, and he never lost in his weight range. He's beat all kinds of people. Cool. But man, like, why your daughter can't speak on your name like that? Like, in a sense, she has to respect you, bro, because you've done so much. What has she really done?
I'm sure he's gonna deal with her. Don't worry about that. I'm not gonna lose any more respect for him because she's disrespecting her dad. She's gonna get punished for that one. She's crying out for help right now. That's what it is.
Yep.
She wants the whole world to know that there's an issue. So maybe, now he has to address it.
Maybe that might be your way of looking for attention.
It's messed up, but that's how it is these days, man. Everybody goes on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram to show their emotions to family members that are famous just because they can't get their attention at home.
That's true. No, but you know how this happened? He was on, the rapper NBA Youngboy was on Instagram Live. And
is this guy NBA? That's his name, NBA Youngboy?
Yeah, NBA Youngboy.
What's his real name?
His real name is Kentrell something.
And he plays in NBA?
No, the NBA stands for Never Broke Again.
I'll get the hell out of here, man. Does this guy even make guap, or is he just
he's got money, man. He's got money. He's worth at least $20 million right now. He's got money, but not Mayweather money. So it's crazy it's still crazy, bro. Mayweather's daughter, Yaya, or I think that's what she called her name, Yaya. She don't. I feel like girls like toxic relationships. You know, like when they're young, I feel like they really like toxic relationships. Cause I know this rapper. Like I don't know the rapper obviously, but I follow him closely. He's one of my favorite rappers. He's not a good I'm gonna be honest. Not really a good human being. He's not a model. He's not a model person. Like he has a history of a little drug abuse and stuff like that, and he says it in his songs. But I try to separate the art from him. I like his music. He's a low vibrational being, right? But that's besides the point. My thing is like that disrespect that he's talked, like he said to her about her father. I know that's not the first time he's probably said that. That's the first time it was caught on live video by mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know like he is really like. I know he has said worse. Like I know he has said worse things to this.
Did you do any research on this girl? Like, what's the deal with her? What does she do? Does she just run after money?
No, she's just Mayweather's daughter.
She doesn't do anything?
She's rich. Like, she's already rich by just being Mayweather's daughter. But she just likes... Like, the guy has a lot of... He's popular amongst young people. Like, the NBA young boys. So, it makes, like... So, that's why Yaya and other, celebrities... A few other celebrities are, like, they like him. But I know he's highly disrespectful of her and of her father. But she still wouldn't leave him. She's so obsessed with him. Like, she slashed his car tires. Girls only do that kind of stuff to your property if they really, really like you. So I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Sounds like an interesting relationship.
It's crazy. So yeah, did you hear Dan Bilzerian might be going broke?
Yeah.
You heard that?
I saw. I think he stopped posting, man. It's been over a month now.
Yeah, he stopped posting. He might be going broke.
That house that he was renting, he said he bought, I think is no longer there because he was trying to throw parties during COVID, and that was his main attraction, right? To throw big ass parties. Yeah. You can't really do that right now. So he was getting a little bit of heat.
Do you like him?
Nah, I just started looking into him lately just because of the hype, but I think he's paying for his lifestyle really, and he's actually getting other people to pay for it, just to build up his brand. I think he's trying to sell Ignite. What was that product?
Yeah, Ignite or whatever. Like, man. You know what? Like. People are gonna say like they're gonna say like I'm a hater or I'm this, I'm that. Man, a man should never have to pay for women to be around him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in the sense that like, man, if you're a successful guy, to a point, women should pay their own plane tickets, to come see you, like maybe if they pay to come, you pay for their going back, or you don't pay 10 women like to hang out with you. It seems weird, almost weird. You know what I mean? Like,
well, when they say you gotta fake it till you make it, basically he's faking it right now until you don't have to pay girls anymore. They feel like, okay, I'm going to make my career here because he's got so many IG followers that they get a name for themselves when they're in the videos or the pictures or whatever, right?
That's crazy because I saw some rumors too that he pays he pays his Instagram more. I'm like, bro, like, man, like, I don't know.
That's a business expense.
Like, that's a business expense, man. Like, I mean, you can do it. There's nothing wrong with doing it, but I'm saying like, man, it's always better to have people around you because of how positive you're being, like, or how much you help their lives, like not in the financial way, you know, like in a way that like you can further. I don't know. If you are naturally a person that wants the best for people, right? Like, and you can further like people's careers, or you want to help people generally. Obviously, the guy wants these girls around for like sex and whatever.
No, I don't think it's even that. I think it's just for people to see his stuff.
Yeah, but
To be like, yo, this guy's the man.
yeah, and I feel like he sleeps with these women too. Cause if he doesn't, then that's,
I'm sure he's not forcing them. I mean,
yeah, he's not. I'm sure he's not forcing them, but like, I'm sure that's one of the main reason why he wants like most of them there, so he can pick which one, and he'll sleep with them because he has the money and everything, right? But I'm saying like, yeah, like cool, like it's cool to do that and all, but man, even these rappers, most of these rappers don't pay these women.
well,
these
if
women,
you're shooting a video, you gotta pay them. Nobody's just coming for free.
no, like I'm saying, not even the video. I'm saying the girls they meet outside of the videos, like low key. Maybe they're having a concert, like the girls that want to follow them into their tour bus, all those groupies, like they're not paying them, right? But it's out of awe. It's kind of out of awe. To me, that's better. It's almost the same, but it's better. Like instead of, I don't know. Yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. You know?
Yeah, but the groupies are hoping to get something out of it, to get noticed, and maybe,
yeah, true,
they'll end up liking them, which they almost never do. But groupies are just bored, man. These girls are actually models, and he goes to modeling agencies to pick them.
Yeah.
The same way you would for a movie.
That's crazy. I saw a video of speaking of models. Before we wrap this up, I saw a video of a woman who was like, "What's wrong with these celebrities? Like, they need to act up." She spoke about Ed Sheeran and how Ed Sheeran slept with one of her Victorias. She slept with more than one, actually. She said he slept with a bunch of her friends who are Victoria's Secret models.
Yo, good for Ed Sheeran, man.
Yeah, I'm like, and she was like, "This is what happens when you give ugly guys a chance." I'm like, Ed Sheeran, like, ugly? Like, how can you? She made it look like her friends being Victoria's Secret models makes them and Ed Sheeran on the same like level. Like, you're talking about a guy has platinum records and is known worldwide. Like, you're talking about a Victoria's Secret model who's just pretty. At the end of the day, like, how can you, like, she believes, like, she got angry because she said Ed Sheeran slept with them and he didn't return their calls. Said, who does he think he is? Not return.
They're expecting something out of it.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I'm like, what? I'm like,
that's called a prostitute.
That's yeah. Like, I'm like, what is this? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And she was literally bashing men, like, saying like, wow, like, bro, she went in on men. Like, I'm like, and Ed Sheeran, she's like, this is what happens when you give ugly guys chances. I'm like, whoa, relax. First of all, like, Ed Sheeran, for being Ed Sheeran, is not ugly. Like, even if he was an ogre, the fact that he's Ed Sheeran, he would not be ugly. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you can't call him ugly. Like, it's not the same. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same. You have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, man. There's a story that I heard about one of my clients. It's a story that came out of France, right? I don't know if you heard. There's a school teacher in France that depicted a picture of the Prophet Muhammad, and the Muslims were irate about this, and they said, the freedom of speech and that is good and all, but you shouldn't be disrespecting the Prophet Muhammad. Long story short, the guy ended up getting decapitated. He got beheaded, and the president of France came up and said that he doesn't like these extremists to be doing all these kinds of stuff, and he was, instead of talking shit about the teacher, he was talking shit about the Muslims, and the Muslims got really upset at that. And the president of, I think Greece, said that he's banning all French products. So anything coming out of France, groceries, the expensive colognes.
What the hell?
And then a couple other Muslim countries followed suit. You know, Kuwait, Bahrain, these places said, you know what, we're going to do the same thing. So all across the Middle East, even Pakistan, these places that are heavily influenced by Muslims, and just banned France's stuff altogether. Now, I don't know how long this is going to happen for, but as of today, as of a week ago, you know, there's a lot of tension growing between France and the Muslim community.
That's crazy, man. It feels like this day and age, there's always something, you know, like, has there ever been a time where all the countries have just been like cool, like with each other? Do you know what I mean? Like there's always like.
Oh, I said Greece. It's not Greece. It's Turkey. My bad.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've been to Istanbul actually before. Yeah. Nice place, to be honest. But that's crazy. Like, you know, like it was either it's America and Russia, or like America, Iraq, or like, man, places just South Korea, North Korea. Like, has there ever been a time where everything's just been cool, man? Like, peace is so. Now, you know what? The world is crazy because thinking about it now, right now on this planet, there's at least enough ammunition to destroy the world 13 times over, or some crazy number. Why? Like, why do we have that? You know what? Somebody made me. You know what? I was on TikTok and I saw a dude and he was like, he doesn't understand why people are religious. And I'm like, huh? Like, where is this guy going? Like, wait. And now this is where it's crazy because he has a point. He said every war that has ever been fought in this world, when people are killed for no reason, is because a group of people don't want to accept another group of people's ideas or views, and that's how war starts.
There's always going to be something to fight about.
There's always something to fight about, like, and that's because we have beliefs, and people want to hold other people accountable for their own beliefs. Like there was a point in time where like Muslims would fight, like if people did not believe in Islam. Christians would kill other people if people did not believe in Christianity because they'll see them as vagabonds or heathens and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like there's always some kind of like beliefs. Rome felt like they were entitled to rule a big portion of land, like that they didn't own. So they went out and they started conquering. Like, why? Like, people always feel, I don't know. People always want to have other people under their thumb or want them to like accept their own beliefs. Like, that's what causes every war. If everybody just let everybody like live and, you know, kind of like not do whatever they want, but believe what they want to believe and be truly like free, like, and expressing that it's allowed. You know what I mean? Like,
you think that's ever gonna happen?
It's never.
Just think about it. You can't even get peace under your own roof. You think you're gonna be on the same page as your parents? We've spoken about this in the past. A lot of things that they say, you don't agree with. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So imagine if you can't do it under your own roof, how are you gonna do it on the whole nation and the whole world? Like, that's almost impossible, bro.
I know
everybody has different opinions, and that's what makes us human. So
yeah, that is true. But I just found it funny that like that guy was, because he said he doesn't hold like any beliefs, like he has principles to live in life, but like he keeps an open mind. He doesn't judge, like, and he said that that's the best way to be. You know what I mean? Like, and I just thought about it. It's not like I accepted or anything, but the reasoning seemed really deep to me. As of that moment, because he was telling the truth. Most of the old wars that were fought was because people had beliefs other people didn't agree with. But you're right, it's never gonna be a time where everybody thinks the same thing. There's never gonna be a time where somebody's not aiming to get what you want. You have to not steal resources, you know, but legally steal resources. Like back then, Romans would conquer. It was legal, at least for the Romans, like to do what they were doing. You know what I mean? Like you find a way to take what you want, no matter who you're hurting, no matter who you're affecting.
Yo, fun fact. Did you know that the amount of waste created in Canada that these restaurants throw out every single day, within a year, can feed every single Canadian for 30 days the amount of waste that these places throw out.
That's very
You know,
possible.
so there's no reason for us to have any homelessness and guys hungry on the streets. My daughter just said this to me the other day. It breaks my heart that she's even looking into this and she's bringing up these facts. So something needs to be done.
That's crazy, you know. But why do you think people in Canada are homeless though? Don't you feel like maybe it's because of money and like stuff, but a lot of the times because
They broke their spirit, man. They feel like there's
but then they dig the hole deeper with use of drugs. Wouldn't you agree?
So a big part of the reason that people are homeless in Canada, I believe, and over the world is a lot of it has to do with drugs, but some of it they have mental depression, losing their jobs, seeing no hope for the future. You know, maybe they can get back out of it, but without the proper right people around you giving that positive attitude, some of them never get out of it.
I had a friend that my first year in the university I was in a couple years ago, we came in together. We were close friends. Second year, we kind of started separating. He started doing drugs. I drink on nights out, but drugs was never like my thing or anything like that. He started doing drugs, and the third year, I found him on the street without a shirt once when I was going to take the bus, and I heard that he's now in those houses that it's not a shelter. They call it something, public housing or something.
Yeah, here?
Yeah.
It's like Ottawa housing?
Yeah, it's like it's a house where you go in, let's say in the morning, but you have to leave by 6 p.m.
Okay.
Kind of,
Yeah.
but anybody's allowed to sleep there. It's kind of weird. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. That thing, you know what? I thank God, like, cause some people don't realize how good they actually have it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
People wake up and like all they have is like I can't be around people that all they do is complain. Like, it drains my energy. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, have friends that all they do is complain. I'm like, yo, you have it really good. I'm telling you, they're like, they whine like, oh, I don't have a girlfriend. Oh, like, I get my job is paying me this much. Oh, but like, bro, like, you
Yes.
can pay your rent. You have a roof over your house. You eat. You're healthy. That's even the main thing. Like, you're healthy, and like, there's so many complaints Do you know how many people that have $1 million but have a heart condition that will kill to be in your position right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, people don't ever think about it like that. They think, bro, you know what I hate? Like, money is a big factor, but I hate it when people talk like money is gonna solve everything for them.
It's true.
Like, I'm not rich, and they're gonna say, oh, you're not even rich. Like, fam, but you don't have to. Do I have to touch fire to know like fire is gonna
hot.
burn? Like, you're telling like I'm telling you, like, nothing can make you 100% happy. Nothing can make you have to be that happiness. It's like, happiness is something that it's in your mind. Like, it's like your mind creates what is outside. It's how you think. If you think that you're a blessed individual, fam, the world is gonna look blessed to you. Like, if you think the world is great, the world's gonna look great to you. Like, I don't know. I just think, and it's bad energy to put out there. Like, if you're ever with a group of guys and like somebody's complaining, you realize like the energy levels in the room like goes down. You know what I mean? Like, a little bit, like, it goes down a little bit. Like, people are excited about something and somebody just says something so like negative about like the whole situation. Like, you and your friends could have been like laughing about a joke, but suddenly everybody's smile kind of like tones down. The moment like that, like, I don't know, man. I've never been that person. Like, some people would define me as happy-go-lucky. I don't know if that's the word to use for me, but like, I just believe, like, there's really nothing to smile about. I was in the hospital like 2 months ago, not for corona or anything, for something that could have been a chest problem. Like, it felt like a heart problem. It was just an ulcer, but it put things into perspective, because I'm like, whoa, like, this was something like more serious. Like, I was thinking, yo, like, I'm so young. Like, what if I have, like it was making, hospital visits are always like make you think about a lot of dumb shit that's probably not the case, especially when you've been on Google, like Googling your never Google your symptoms, by the way. Fam, the same webpage that could tell you have a knee problem could say, or it could be cancer.
Cancer's
like,
and everything.
Like, yo, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. Like, well,
just take care of yourself.
But yeah, take care of yourself and be happy, man. Like, that's all there is to it. Well, that's all it is for me.
Yep. That's good for now.
We just spent like 45 minutes talking about the most random stuff. But yeah, I needed this though. I didn't want to, I was coming from somewhere, I didn't want to plan. I was like, yo, you know what? We'll just have a normal conversation. Like, however it'll be when we're like, what it's like when we're having a normal conversation. And I don't hate that. But anyway, that's another Cookies and Cream podcast. And I'll catch you later.
All right, guys, on the next one.